I think we're going to do something really funky right now. We're going to engage in some instant polling. Sure. Okay. So first basic question, have you ever used instant polling technology before? Yes or no? All right. All right, so a good number of you have, but a large margin have not. But we're innovators, so we're used to testing new things. So that's a baseline. So let's keep on going. So now to be able to place the room, to get a sense of which categories of folk where you work. So please only choose one, obviously. So I work primarily in the following sector: 1, a nonprofit or community-based organization; 2, business or corporation; 3, philanthropic or social investment organization; 4, the federal government; 5, state, local, or tribal government; 6, academic; or 7, the catch-all other. Still important. And the winner is, wow, decidedly, all right, okay. Thanks, we have slightly diverse, but it sounds like we can increase the categories of folk, but maybe it's not an accident that innovators are in the nonprofit and community-based arena, so that's good stuff. All right, next question, are you working toward a common goal? And do you believe that goal is being widely publicized, measured, and celebrated? Yes or no? Wow. I would actually love to dig more deeply into that question and to find out what the respective goals are. But that's good for the 60. But for the 40, if there is a way to increase that number, being able to mobilize a movement can just have enormous impact on the viability of your idea and actually achieving the goals that you've set out to do. Okay, next question. In terms of my day-to-day life, common goals are very important, somewhat important, not so important, or never important. All right, excellent. Oh, right, no one said never important. I feel that my job is done. As I mentioned in my speech, I think it is central to not only our lives as human beings to have a goal, but to our efforts to make change really happen. Okay, next question. As I mentioned in my speech, the foundation is very focused on dramatically increasing college completion rates in the United States. It's also true that the president has recently stated that the nation, where we used to be #1 in college completion rates, we're now 10th and falling. And so we are now part of a coordinated effort to have a national goal to for the nation to retake world leadership in college completion. Is that not compelling, somewhat compelling, or enormously compelling? And the answer is, all right. Interesting. I would love to speak to the person who not compelling. Well, it is an interesting point. Not everyone in this nation believes that college is for everyone, and so that is a challenge, actually, that it is not a goal that everyone just instantaneously buys into, but we feel it's obviously central to creating the kind of opportunity we feel for individuals and the country to be competitive. All right, I think our last question is, how important do you think it is to engage young people in meeting whatever goals that we are working towards? Does it depend on the goal? Is it never important? Is it somewhat important? Or is it always very important? All right, okay, I think that's fair. It does depend on the goal. There are some goals where young people's voice can be more instrumental or not, but generally I'm agreeing with category 4. You know, what we find is that young people bring an authenticity and credibility around issues that's very different than just policymakers speaking about the challenges of young people, but elevating young people's voices can be a highly impactful strategy. So on that note, I would just thank you once again. It's an honor to speak about innovation. Hopefully some of my experiences can be inspiration. But as I said in the opening, you know, operate where the only thing that's constraining you is your own vision. I think that's a pretty powerful motivator. Thank you.